Remember the days when rolling down the window meant a serious arm workout? And who could forget the classic cassette decks that controlled our road trip tunes? As we go further, we discover more insane car innovations. Car phones looked more like bricks than gadgets. Every car came with a trusty cigarette lighter. Come into these vintage car oddities, each a quirky piece of automotive history. Pop-up headlights, once a hit feature in cars, are now a thing of the past. Back in the day, they were the cool kids on the block, adding a touch of style to cars as they popped up unexpectedly. It was like a surprise every time they turned on. However, as design trends changed and safety rules got stricter, these headlights lost their charm. The sleek and modern look took over, leading to the retirement of pop-up headlights from the automotive scene. If you spot one on the road today, it's like encouraging a vintage rock star, a nostalgic throwback to a different era of car design. Manual windows were like a workout for your arm, where you turn the handle to make the window go up and down. Imagine driving on a sunny day, wanting some fresh air. You had to work for it. Each turn of the crank felt like a negotiation with the window, a little exercise routine during your trip. Then along came electric windows, the heroes in this story. No more arm workouts, just press a button, and the window listens. It was like a fairy tale ending for tired arms. And just like that, the era of manual windows became a nostalgic chapter in the car history book. Cassette decks and the golden era of automotive adventures. Cassette decks were the heroes, turning ordinary drives into epic soundtracks. Picture the thrill of creating the perfect mixtape for a cross-country trip, carefully selecting songs and crafting a musical playlist for the road. These decks brought forth the magic of mixtapes, with their unique charm of manually flipping sides to savor every track. The 80s and 90s were filled with the rhythmic clicks of fast forward and rewind buttons as drivers sought the ideal song for the moment. The Walkman might have been the trendsetter, but the car cassette deck was the maestro of on-the-go musical symphonies. Alas, as the digital era dawned, these decks quietly exited the stage, leaving behind a trail of nostalgic tunes and the sweet memories of simpler analog days. Bench seats. Back in the good old days of cars, we had this cool thing called the front bench seat. It was like a comfy living room on wheels, where everyone could squeeze in for the ride. It wasn't just a seat, it was a shared space where friends and family hung out together during the journey. But as time went on, safety and comfort became a big deal, and the beloved bench seat had to step aside. Now we roll with individual bucket seats, each with its own little space. The days of cozy road trips may be a sweet memory, but now we've got our comfy spots for the ride. Car phones. In the day before smartphones reigned supreme, car phones were the epitome of cool tech. These bulky devices were more than just communication tools. They were status symbols, showing your commitment to cutting-edge connectivity. Back then, making a call from your car was revolutionary, and those chunky car phones found in vintage rides, they're now nostalgic relics, reminiscent of an era when the very idea of mobile communication was evolving. Today, we may laugh at their bulkiness, but those early car phones were the pioneers that paved the way for the sleek pocket-sized devices we now carry everywhere. Car cigarette lighters. The golden days of cruising with the windows down and the car's cigarette lighter at the ready. Once an essential accessory for every smoker on the road, these little gadgets not only lit up cigarettes, but also served as conversation starters. Imagine fumbling for light while driving, the signature click and the glow of freshly lit cigarette. It was an experience, an intimate dance with fire on four wheels. Though smoking in cars has faded away, the car cigarette lighter remains a charming memento of a time when the open road and a puff of smoke were inseparable companions. Built-in CD chargers. Now picture the thrill of preparing for a road trip, selecting CDs to load into your multi-disc changer, and creating the perfect playlist for the journey ahead. In the CD era, having one of these in your car was a mark of true audio luxury. Fast forward to today, where the rhythmic of CD changers has fallen silent in the face of streaming dominance. Those once high-tech devices are now nostalgic relics, making memories of thumbing through CDs and the audible hum of the changer shuffling through discs. While the world has moved on to digital playlists, the old CD changers stand as a testament to the time when physical media was the king of in-car entertainment. Be the first to know about our upcoming content. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, let's proceed with manual transmission. Remember the days when you could feel the road beneath your fingertips, shifting gears with a sense of control and connection. That's the old school charm of manual transmissions, where drivers had a hands-on, engaging experience that becomes a vintage joy. Today it's a rare sight on the roads, preserved for the die-hard enthusiast who appreciate the thrill of feeling the clutch engage and the gear lever sliding effortlessly into place. It's a nostalgic nod to an era when driving meant more than just getting from A to B. It was about the art of shifting gears and savoring the twists and turns of the road. T-tops. T-tops were like the best of both worlds for car enthusiasts. Imagine cruising with the wind in your hair and the sun shining above. All thanks to those removable roof panels. They gave you that convertible thrill, but could quickly turn your ride into a cozy coupe. It was like having options on the go. Open air freedom when the weather was good, and a snug ride when you needed it. A bit like a Swiss Army knife for cars, offering versatility and adaptability for different driving vibes. Sadly, as cars evolved, T-tops became a rare sight, but they sure knew how to make driving an experience. Rear-facing seats. Back in the day, those rear-facing seats in station wagons were like a whimsical road trip feature. Imagine kids all happy, facing backwards, watching the world go by in reverse. It wasn't just a way of sitting, it was a cool way to keep the little ones entertained and make those endless drives a tad more fun. Now with SUVs and crossovers taking over, practicality has pushed the retro charm aside. But hey, the memories stick around. A nostalgic nod to the changing vibes of family road trips and the quirky things that used to make them memorable. Taking a trip down memory lane of cars, these cool and somewhat quirky features tell the story of how things have changed in the automotive world. From car phones rocking the tech scene to the T-tops losing their charm. It's a throwback to a time when cars had their unique style. As car designs shift to match our modern lifestyle, these once standard bits and pieces have turned into cute reminders of the good old days. Today's car scene might be different, but we can't help but smile at the memories of manual transmissions, bench seats, and pop-up headlights. Cruising through the twists and turns of automotive history, these features, now fading away, give us a nod to the past with a mix of good vibes. If the crazy car innovations we discussed caught your interest, share your thoughts in the comments. We want to know what you think and appreciate you being part of this automotive conversation.